I'm Dr. Bernheide of the Game Lab.
I'm Bella Stark.
Bella is one of our players, and she is a wonderful gamer. And we are here doing our first ever game review today. So our game reviews, we have a little rubric set up for it, and we're looking at 4 different categories. Presentation, how's the game presented? Mechanics and rules, how does it play? Playability, how often can you play it, or what is it like to play it? Troubleshooting, which is like customer support, additional things and that. We also offer bonuses as far as that goes. On this 100-point scale, so presentation and troubleshooting are worth 20 points. Mechanics, rules, and playability are 30 points each. So it's a 100-point scale. And as you see on the screen that we're going to add here, 90 plus is a Hall of Fame game. 70 plus, we recommend you get it. 60 to 69, try it. You might like it. 50 to 59, try it. You might be wrong. Less than 50 points, pass on it. It's not that fun. So at Gen Con this summer, Dr. Lichtai and I went there. We ran into Happy Camper Games, and we got to test drive a game called Trio. We brought it back to the Game Lab, and it is a game that we've been playing a lot of. I don't do the reviews. I just kind of guide this one to get us going. So we're trusting our player Bella here. Bella, what do you think about the presentation of Trio?
I think the presentation is really nice. We've played a lot of games, and as you can see, the cards have held up really well. I I think the box is very aesthetically pleasing. On a bookshelf, it would look nice.
And it's sturdy.
It's
which
very
really helps.
a very sturdy bookshelf. I will say that sometimes when we're playing the game, these numbers are sometimes a little hard to read. Like with the 6s and 9s, they always mess me up. It does help that they have lines on there, but sometimes it's still hard to decipher. It's beneficial that they add different colors for the different numbers.
It is a different font, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a different font than usual playing cards, which is kind of nice and adds to the whole aesthetic of the game. But sometimes it is hard to read some numbers. Yeah.
So what would you give it out of 20 points?
I would give it a 15 out of 20. I think it's a beautifully well-made game. It's stunning to play. It's stunning to have in your hands. It's stunning to have on a shelf. But I will have to remove some points because of the fact of just sometimes it's hard to read the numbers.
Yeah, that's very fair. Mechanics and rules. So the object of this game is to get either 3 sets of cards or get 3 sets, get all 3 sevens. And the 7s are golden there, so that's the way you get
Very
it.
fancy.
But
Nice.
the way that you get cards, you start out with a hand, depending on how many people are playing, and you get to ask, or either ask one of the other players, what is your lowest or highest card?
I would show.
They would show the whole table, and if you can get 2 matches, you get a bonus 3rd turn, or you can take their cards and set your set down. Or you can also draw from cards that are in the community pool in the middle. So there's a little bit of luck in this, a little bit of strategy, but memory is a big part of it, which comes up now with our discussion for 30 points, the mechanics and rules of the game. What do you think?
I think the mechanics work really well. I like the show me your highest card, show me your lowest card. I think it's very simple and easy to grasp. Okay. I think the mechanics and rules are really fun. I think it's really enjoyable, easy to grasp, easy to understand. Sometimes it can be a little confusing when you're trying to memorize everybody's hands and trying to remember whose hands are the lowest or the highest, or if that card has already been like taken out and now you don't know the person's highest. So the mechanics can be a little confusing sometimes, especially after playing multiple back-to-back rounds, which kind of leads into the playability aspect. So I would give it a 20 out of 30, simply because of the mechanics paired with the playability.
And again, that sounds harsh. With our scale, it really isn't.
It's not that harsh.
Yeah, it's very fair, I think. The rule book that comes with it, it's real simple. Just
Very nice.
8 little pages right there, and it addresses everything. It also has a couple of other variants Bella mentioned this before, the spicy mode. It involves these cards here. We're not going to get into that too much, but it just adds another win condition to it. And then also in the rule book, there is a team variant, which is kind of fun to look at as far as that goes. So mechanics and rules, what'd you say? Out of
Mechanics and
30
rules,
points?
20 out of 30, yeah.
20 out of 30. Very fair, I think.
Yeah.
So playability, this refers to, could you sit down and play this over and over or play it a couple times a week? What do you think?
I think the playability is definitely there. I definitely found myself, after playing in the game lab a couple of days a week, searching and trying to find the game in the wild of, Target and whatnot. I really enjoyed playing it. I will say, after a while, I tend to get confused of my current round and my previous round of like what numbers are in the pot or what somebody's highest or lowest card is.
The games get melding together.
Yeah, they meld together really well. So I will say this would be a game that you would have to take a break in after a while, because so then you can have that memory ability added.
Reboot.
Yeah. You will have to reboot after a while. I will say also with playability, they do add different modes, as you were saying. And I think that adds to the playability factor. I think it definitely adds benefit, because if it was just no spicy mode or no team mode, I think it would get really boring really fast. But because they add different options after you feel well versed in trio, that improves the playability. Yeah.
Very good. Last category is troubleshooting, and this is kind of a catch-all category. The price to buy a set of trios from the Happy Camper website is $15, which you get 36 cards and the rules in a great box.
Yeah.
Maybe a little high for that, but they do have the rule book is really well written. It doesn't take a lot of interpretation for it. What did you say out of 20 points for troubleshooting, Bella?
I said 20 out of 20. I think that the troubleshooting, because the rule book is so well made and the rules are really simple and easy to grasp, I think that the troubleshooting there's not a whole lot of. The only really big con is the price. I think a lot of the price is coming from paying for the box, like how pretty and nice it looks, paying for the packaging. And that kind of depends on if you're fine with paying for pretty packaging, or if you'd rather play the game and figure out a way to play with a $2 deck of cards or something like that. I think it's really up to you, but I said 20 out of 20 for that.
I like that. We add those all up. It's a 75. 75, definitely we recommend you get this game. We have had a blast in it, playing it in the game lab. It's kind of a go-to game right now because it plays really quick. I mean, you could get through an entire game of Trio in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Which is fantastic.
It's quick to teach people how to play as well. So you can teach someone in less than 5 minutes and then be playing a game for less than 15, and sometimes that's all the time people have.
Yep. And I mean, 15, that's if it's a long, slow game that
we're playing with a lot of people.
that people aren't paying attention to. So 3 to 6 players, 8+ is the age group for it. We recommend you get it. And then to simplify this, if on any of our game reviews you want to just cut to the chase, we do a 4-point scale. A 4, we say the game's a blast, buy it, share it. 3, this is a good game, I might buy it. 2, I'll play it a few times and put it away. 1, it might be me, but there are problems. And a 0 means, why did they make this game? Bella, on the scale of 4 to 0, what do you say?
I would say about 3.5. I've sought the game out in my day-to-day life to find it for my own board game collection. But it's not a game that I would seek repetitively. And so I say 3.5. I would like to have this game, but it's not a need to have the game.
And I really like it too. So from all of us here at the Game Lab, have a great one. Hope all your D6 rolls were 6s. See ya.